Okay, so Wind Players today is all about tone and tuning. If you don't have good tone, you don't have anything. It doesn't matter how high you can play, how low you can play, how good of a technical player you are, how great you are at sight reading. If you don't sound good, people aren't going to want to listen to you. So tone has to be one of the first things, and has to be on the forefront of your mind all the time when you're playing. You've got to do everything you can to make the best tone you can. Um, the best thing for tone is long tones. They seem kind of boring. They take a lot of time, but gosh darn it, they're important. Professional musicians spend so much time practicing, and a very large chunk of that time is on tone because tone is important. So today we're going to do long tones. I'm going to give you a couple ideas for what you can do. I'm going to demonstrate a couple things with my horn here, and we'll go from there. So first thing, I'm just going to play long tone 1A out of the Blue Book. If you have the Blue Book, great. If you don't have the Blue Book, that's fine. You probably already know this anyways. It just starts on concert F and goes down by a half step every time. Very simple, very good starting point. Not the best long tone exercise. There's plenty of other long tone exercises out there, but this one will work, and it works very well, which is why we do it in class so often. Couple things about it though. If you'd like to do a different long tone exercise, you're certainly welcome to if you have something in mind or if you want to look something up. Hopefully you have internet access. I mean, I guess you have to if you're watching this, so you've got internet access one way or another. So make sure, or if you'd like to, you can Google long tone exercises. You can just type in long tone or long tones and Google it. You can type in your instrument, type in horn long tones, and you'll get very, very good specific things. The internet is full of resources. Some of them are fantastic. Some of them are just kind of meh. Some of them aren't the best. But for the most part, something you find on there is probably going to be helpful for you. So you can use that to your advantage. You don't have to. Just an idea. So first thing, just play long tone 1A. Play it by yourself. Just get the notes out. It works as a good warm up. Maybe it's the first thing you're playing for the day. It's really the first thing I've played. I played a few notes before this video just to test, but that's basically all I've played today. Just play through long tone 1A on your own. Make sure, listen to yourself. Make sure notes sound good. If they don't sound good, what can you do to make them sound better? It's a little different for every instrument, but see if you can figure that out. After you have done that, then you can start trying some other things. I think you can see. I try to work that. It's kind of weird. I like recording with my phone, but I've got my computer here so you can see what's going on my phone. I've got my tuner open, so as I play long tone 1A, I can play it with the tuner. I'm going to show you how to use this particular tuning app today. It's TE Tuner, stands for Tonal Energy. You can look it up, download it. It does cost a little bit of money. I think it's like $3 or $5. I'm not really sure. It's been a long time since I bought it. It's well worth your money if you're willing to spend it. If you need something free, you can find a free tuner too. There's plenty of free tuners out there, and most of them work fairly well. So that's fine. But get a tuner and play long tone 1A with a tuner, and watch where you are as you play it, and you can try to adjust some of those notes and make them more in tune. So a little rough for but I haven't played a lot today. I'm a little sharp, so I can adjust that while I'm playing, and I started to as we went through that. And when I get done, I can adjust by pulling out my slide just a little bit too, and seeing how that helps as I play it next time. One way to practice long tones. Another thing I like to do, and I'll put my horn down because I'm probably going to move a little closer here. Another thing I like to do is play with a drone. We've done this in class before. I'll show you how to set that up in case you don't know. Hopefully this can kind of work. Hopefully you can kind of see that. So here's what the tuner looks like when you open up the tuner. I'm trying my best here. You go over to sound, and you get this wheel here. Hopefully you can see that. I don't know how well that's showing up on your screen. Couple things I like to do now. If you have this or another app, you can adjust it however you like, but make sure that this sustain button is lit up so that when you hit the note it will sustain. I like the sound being set on organ. That's personal preference. You can open that up and you can select all sorts of different sounds, but I prefer organ. I think that works well. And then I would adjust this temperament up here. It should be on just. I think a lot of times when you first download the app, it's set to equal. I don't want to go into a discussion of what that means, but a real basic way of understanding it is equal temperament is what's on a piano, where some liberties have been taken so that you can play everything in any key. Whereas temperament, when you have it set for just, it's going to adjust some of the pitches of the triad that you're playing. Like in a minute, we're going to play an F major triad, and it will adjust the A and the C in that triad to make it right, basically. And that's basically as much as we need to go into it. If you want to look into it further, you're certainly welcome to Google it and inform yourself on that. But it's kind of a lot, so for our purposes, we'll just put it on just, and that's all we need to worry about. One thing you can do is just have it drone an F. Just play concert F. That's our starting pitch, and I can play concert I can have concert F going as I play through the exercise, and basically, and I didn't say this earlier, but you can lengthen these notes and make them even longer. You can make them shorter. You can adjust the rhythm of this when you're practicing on your own and doing long tones. It doesn't really matter a whole lot. I like to make the third one, the concert F, da da da. I like to hold that third one out a little longer, especially when I have it on a drone, so I can hear and make adjustments as I'm playing it. So I'll just demonstrate a couple notes of that with just a simple concert F drone, and you should be able to get this on pretty much any tuner or any tuner app, no problem. So I can listen and make adjustments on my own as I'm playing with that without looking at the tuner like I would have to do before. Now another thing I like to do is play a major triad. I don't know if there's necessarily a big benefit to this, but I like that a lot. And this is what we do a lot for marching bands. So you can do F, A, and C is going to be your major triad starting on F. Play the same exercise on that triad. Works the same way. You can listen. You also hear some other pitches. This is probably a more accurate representation of what you're going to hear when we're practicing as a band anyways, because most of the time we're not unison when we're in our literature. We are on warm-ups, but when we get into regular music, we're not going to be unison most of the time. You're going to hear lots of triads. You're going to hear lots of chords. So that kind of gives you a taste of that. So those are just a few things you can do while you're practicing long tones. You don't have to do any of them, but long tone, tone Thursday, tuning Thursday. It's all comes down to tone and making the best tone possible. So if you'd like to modify anything I've suggested or find some other long tone exercises online, that's terrific. If you're so inclined, you can post a video of you doing them. You can show us what you're doing. You can tell us what you're doing in the comments. You really this is on your own, but tone is so important. I can't stress that enough. So be looking. We're probably going to do Tone Tuesday next week and work more on tone and maybe give you some more instrument specific things. But just kind of a starting point for some tone building exercise, some good old long tones.